Hey, what's up, y'all? Once again, it is showtime. I love it when that little thing come up and it says it's live. It's showtime. So it is showtime. Once again, we are back here at the Velvet Room. Let's argue. Hashtag I'm outside. Drop that in the chat window. So happy to be back with everybody. We are at the end of January, so this will be the last show for January, and then we'll be going into February. Hopefully, we'll have some fun things going on, especially with it Valentine's Day and everything coming up. Looking forward to that. Doing some fun things with the couples. Again, guys, the invitation is always there and open. You're more than welcome to come up here to 3348 12 Mile in Berkeley. Have a seat right here in our actual room, and we can have a conversation. Join us in the studio audience. Or if they feel comfortable staying at home and getting online, that's fine too. We have suspended the fee for now, so there is no admission charge. So just come on up and let's have a conversation. We'll have some fun. We'll provide some refreshments, some light refreshments, some drinks. And have some conversation. Talk about the things that we talk about. We're going to continue with urban trivia. As you know, if those who have been back to the show, we play games that are inspired or created by Black game creators. And this one is urban trivia. So we're just going to go ahead and finish the month of January out with this game here. Just go ahead and ride January out. So get in the car with me and we're going to ride this thing out. So I want to say this, couple things I want to say. We have sponsorship program packages. So if you have a business, I don't care how large or small, but if you have a mom and pop shop, whatever your business is, holler at me. We have packages here. We have sponsorship packages where I'll mention your business depending on which sponsorship package you get. I'll mention your business on my two platforms, Black Marriage Chronicles and Let's Argue. And then we can talk about the number of times I mention it, what content you want to be presented on the show, whatever it is, but we can talk about that and present you with the different packages. And they are as low as $5, $5. Who ain't got $5, right? You can't even what's the old song by the Loonies? I got 5 on it. You can't even put 5 on back on weed no more. You got to come up a little higher than that now, right? So $5 and we'll get you sponsored and you'll sponsor the show and then we'll get your business mentioned on the show. So the other thing that I wanted to mention besides that, the Velvet Room is a very nice, intimate place for you to have your whatever it is that you have. I want to bring that video up so that you can see what the Velvet Room looks like. And also, we will be doing a Valentine's Day fun night, game night here at the Velvet Room on actual Valentine's Day. The show will start at I want to say start at about 7:30. So if you have plans and you're going out with your boo or whatever, you can still do that and swing on by the Velvet Room. Now there will be a fee for that. It will be $50, so $25 per person, $50 for a couple. You're gonna spend that out and doing what you do. If you are single, it's $15 per person, but we're gonna have food, spirits. We're gonna play all different types of games. We're gonna even be live that night as well too. So it's gonna be interesting, and hopefully we can make it interactive. So those who can't make it can interact with us. Well, we're gonna play all kind of games, and I'm gonna even have the guests be in charge of some of the games here at the Velvet Room. So we're gonna do everything. We're gonna play urban trivia. We're gonna play lyrically correct. We're going to play. I know you fucking lying. We're going to play culture tags. We're going to play everything. So if you big on games and you like having fun with other people, like-minded people, come on up. We're going to play old school versus new school, singles versus couples. We're going to do it all right here at the Velvet Room. It should be fun. Seats will be limited. So look for the posting. You need to get your, if you plan on coming, you need to purchase your tickets early. I'll be putting the post out later on today. So you'll be able to go onto Eventbrite and purchase your tickets. So, but that's that. And the last but not least, before we kind of get into the meat of everything, so we know there's a lot going on. I talk about politics, but I definitely try to avoid them on this show because we'll just end up talking about that and nothing else, not the meat and potatoes of the show. But I'll be remiss if I didn't mention I want you guys to stay prayed up. I know it's a tough time right now. There's a lot going on. The world is changing just in the last couple weeks since this fool been in office. With that being said, protect yourself, protect your family, do what you need to do in order to guard your mental health. Things are definitely about to escalate and grow. I see it coming. So just be safe and be vigilant. That's all I can say. Just be vigilant. Keep your head on the swivel. Well, we got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming ahead over the next couple years. As a collective, as Black people, as a community, we have to stick together. If we don't at any other time in our lives, we need to definitely need to stick together. So with that being said, I just wanted to mention that, toss that out there. So, but all right, so we do have business to take care of. So today's topic is are women the better communicators? Do women communicate as good as they think they do? That is the question. And before I go on, I do want to mention this. And y'all tell me, I want to make sure that I'm being very even in the stuff that the content that I put out. I also want to thank everybody who send me different things to talk about on the show. I got a bunch of stuff. I definitely need to do a better job of getting the content out a little bit early so you guys can comment on it. But I want to make sure there's a nice balance, that I'm not just doing things that are aimed at men or against men, or doing things that are aimed at women or against women. I want to make sure there's a nice balance. At the end of the day, I want everybody to know that I believe in that we have so much more in common than we have apart as Black men and women, that we need one another. We definitely need one another. So I talk about the stuff that we talk about at the kitchen table or at car parties or whatever, stuff that we're going to talk about anyway. And it's just going to be never ending debates. So it's all S&Gs, right? We do it for the fun of it so that we can get the laughs. And there's just going to be conversation. Hey, what's up, sis? What up, baby? So there's just going to be conversations that are going to be never ending conversations that Black men and women are going to have for eons. It's never going to be settled. I don't even think Jesus is going to settle these arguments between Black men and women. But the overall arching message that I want to preach, we need one another. I can't make it without you. You can't make it without me. Black men and women need one another. So while we laugh and joke S&Gs about different things, for example, are women better communicators? At the end of the day, I believe that we both communicate. We just do it differently. All right, so let's get into the show. Are women better communicators than men? My argument is I think women communicate more often. I don't necessarily think they're better communicators. I think as men, we tend to shut down on communicating with our women because we want to avoid maybe some form of confrontation. Then that sends a false signal to them that they think that they're right, which most of the time they do, but we can have that argument, right? Thanks, sis. I hope you're agreeing with me. What you agreeing with me on? Why I'm saying, yeah, right. You're saying absolutely. But I think that women communicate more often, not so much that they're better communicators, but I think they communicate more often. She said, I used to be right. You get on my nerve. Where your husband at? Put him on here. I bet he'd tell me something different. But we tend to not communicate as often or as much as we should because we want to avoid the argument. And I think that's inherently where lies the problem, because women can give the feedback, they can't necessarily take it. So let me play a little video clip and you let me know if you agree with this brother or not.
Everything that they feeling, everything that they don't like about what you're doing, everything that makes them feel away or makes them feel uncomfortable. But when it's time to receive the information, that's the ability to communicate. Over. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean. A lot of women express themselves very well. Express themselves. They can sit there and run down to you everything that they feeling, everything that they don't like about what you're doing, everything that makes them feel away or makes them feel uncomfortable. But when it's time to receive the information. That's when the communication
one ear and out the other.
Shaky. You see what I'm saying? So again, as men, we know that walking in, and because we don't feel like arguing with y'all, because we don't want to see y'all cry, we don't want to see y'all do everything that y'all gonna do. When we run down what it is that your is not doing right, most men just shy away from the conversation. So I think that if women would live up to the communication standard that they set, then that would open the door for men to be way more communicative. But until then, you're going to get men who shut down and keep things in.
Right. That's right, bro. We got to stick together. I tell them I acknowledge that. I appreciate that. Right. And that's inherently the problem. But trust and believe you me, we love y'all nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Y'all love us nonetheless. I think that women do have a problem with the feedback. Also, let's just keep it a buck. Sometimes our mothers always told us it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So how we communicate with our women may also determine how they receive the feedback that we give them. But I think that's also marred by the fact, or coupled with the fact, that they're not used to hearing it. And especially if we promoted that narrative that we automatically shut down. Again, we send them that false scenario that what they're doing, everything is okay. Everything is just fine. We have no problem. So we kind of let stuff roll off our back, right? And we don't say what we need or what we want. But I'm telling you, fellas, 100%, we have to communicate what we need from our women, how we're feeling, what they're doing, what they're saying, whatever it is they're doing that makes us feel a way. We need to communicate that. And the thing is that I think part of the reason we don't do that, especially in the Black community, it's looked at both by men and women. Why you bitching? Why you complaining? You acting like a broad? You acting like a girl? No, we have to say what it is that makes us feel some kind of way. It is not sustainable to say that this whole narrative, happy wife, happy life. No, absolutely not. Do not agree with that. All right, let's see. What up, cuz? What up? Yeah, I shut down because I love women, but they cut deep. They do. They know how to cut deep. They do. Their tongue is like a fresh razor blade out of Gillette pack. They know how to cut deep. They do, cuz. But we cannot. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. They don't understand how to receive the feedback, because if they cut deep, that means you to hit a nerve about something. Let's see. Pretty Brown said, I believe I communicate better because I first come to you openly and kindly. I research my data. You get on my nerves. You research your data, sis. So it's like you got spreadsheets and everything. You stupid. He said, you got it figured out. He said, you got it. You got me figured. He said, you got it. Figure out me not. What? How long you guys been married asking for a husband? Oh, we've been married. It'll be 7 years. Happy spouse, happy. That's right. That is the narrative. Happy spouse, happy house. I can say that women are starting to lean in a little bit more to the things that men want and men need. I'm starting to see that a lot pop up in the social media feeds. Women starting to speak into men's issues and what women should be doing to help our mental health as well, to help us in those spaces so that we can feel safe and talk and communicate as well. Same for us. Okay. All right. So we are having, sis, I hope y'all can come up. We're going to have game night up here at the Velvet Room, fun night, game night right here at the Velvet Room on Valentine's Day. We're going to probably do it about 7:30. The tickets will be sold on Evite Space for about $50. So it's like $25 per person. If you're single, it's $15 per person. And we're going to have food, spirits, games. We're gonna have several different games. We're even gonna have some of the guests that come up. So maybe you and your husband, whatever game, or you can bring a game. If you want to bring a game here to the spot and do your game, we'll do your game. We're gonna be live, so it's gonna be fun. So be on the lookout for that. I hope you guys can make it. So let's go ahead and play the video again.
overestimate their ability to communicate. And
Okay, I like what he said there. They overestimate their ability to communicate. I believe that communicating is one thing, and because we know that communication is a two-way street. Communicating is one thing, but receiving the communication is another. While women, I do agree with you, sis, y'all do communicate. I wouldn't necessarily say better. Y'all communicate more often. That's our fault that we don't communicate a little bit more. But I wouldn't necessarily say that y'all communicate better. I think y'all communicate more often than we do. And that's our fault because we too need to communicate a lot more as well. Let's see. Sis says, okay, I definitely think, let me see. Let me remove this. Sis said, okay, I definitely think we can do this. He proposed on Valentine's Day. So we always celebrate. Awesome. Okay. Sis says, I really believe I'm better at it in our marriage. Okay, let me ask you something. Why do you think you're better at it in our marriage? Does any of the things that I listed, does your husband not communicate because for fear of you might not receive the feedback, or he just trying to avoid what could potentially be an argument? Why are you under the illusion that you communicate better? Is it that you communicate more often, or do you communicate better? And I'm not saying either way that the both can't be true. They have to be mutually exclusive. You could be the better communicator. You could communicate more often. But why do you say that? I would really like to get your husband's perspective. What does he say? So let's play the video again while you're giving me that feedback, sis. Where we at?
I'm going to tell you what I mean. A lot of women express themselves very well. Express themselves. They can sit there and run down to you everything that they feeling, everything that they don't like about what you're doing, everything that makes them feel away or makes them feel uncomfortable. But when it's time to receive the information, that's when the communication
one ear and out the other.
Shaky. You see what I'm saying? So again, as men, we know that walking in, and because we don't feel like arguing with y'all, because we don't want to see y'all cry. We don't want to see y'all do everything that y'all going to do. When we run down what it is that your is not doing right, most men just shy away from the conversation. So I think that if women would live up to the communication standard that they set, then that would open the door for men to be way more communicative. But until then, you're going to get men who shut down and keep things in.
You know, I was listening to a friend of mine, Jason, and he mentioned something similar to this as well. And I hope to be able to get him on the show one day. But he said that when we do this and we don't communicate, we sweep things under the rug. And then at some point, you trip on that rug, right? Everything comes out. And it just comes out in a bad way. And then what started out as a small thing that now then escalated into a big thing, because now that molehill then turned into a mountain. So we as men, we have to, and we do got to watch how we say things, because we're men. Sometimes we're naturally aggressive. And I even have to say this about myself, because I hate it. My wife always say, why are you getting defensive? I feel like, why do you always accuse me of getting defensive when I respond to something that you're saying? Because, and again, I think that goes back to women don't like the feedback. They're not used to it. Let's see here. Jay says, what up, cuz? Me, what's wrong? Her, nothing. Then 2 months later, you tell me this. That's not communication. Right. And you know what? And the thing is that what's so crazy is that sometimes women have that same problem too, because they tend to, if they think that we're going to blow up about something, they may not talk about it right then and there until it just gets so deep down in their chest. Well, it swells up. Now they got to say it. You know what I'm saying? When I asked you about it, like you said, cuz I asked you about it 2 months ago, but you said it was nothing wrong. But then here it is. There's a problem. That's why we have to leave those lines of communication open. We have to create that safe space for one another to be able to talk. How you go about doing that, I don't know. Maybe you need to seek a second opinion, some counseling or something like that, so that you will be able to have that safe space, so that you both can be able to communicate in a way that you hear me, I hear you. You receive what I'm saying without taking it personal or and I think it's kind of hard not to do that when it's coming from somebody that you love and care about. It's kind of hard not to do that. But you know what the thing is that when you're married and you're in a relationship, whether you're married or not, if you've been with somebody long enough, they start to know you. You start to know them. They become a mirror of who you are. So they can tell you about yourself. And I think it's just the way we communicate to the other person about themselves, right? Let's see. He said really clearly, I ain't about to be told nothing. Jay said, well, I don't feel like it now. Okay. Let's see. If I'm communicating, it matters. I don't just blow smoke up his ass. I will definitely shut down. And once I do, that's bad for business. It's bad for businesses. Oh man, that's crazy. Bingo. Yeah. It is like we do both parties. And while again, this is for S&G, it is a real conversation that needs to be had because it is a problem that happens in relationships where men and women, we do communicate differently, but that doesn't mean we should not communicate. Men, we have to start holding our women one accountable and communicating to them in a way that they hear us. And to your point, sis, like you said, your husband, he'll stop listening. You hate repeating yourself. Then my question would be, why has he stopped listening? That's what I want to know. What are you doing or saying, or what kind of environment are you creating for him where he tunes you out? You're his wife. He loves you. And I know he does. I've seen it. I've seen y'all interacting. I love y'all energy. I see y'all, I love y'all energy when y'all together. I see it on social media, even when I've seen y'all in person. So what are you doing or what's not being done? Let me not accuse you. What's not being done that your husband is shutting down or tuning you out where you're not hearing him, where he's not hearing you, and then you got to repeat yourself all over again. Now you're mad because he didn't tune you out. What's going on here? Let's see. Pretty Brown says, I can say I need to do better with my mouth. It's truly reckless. I get frustrated. Oh, I know. I know that mouth of yours, but you are not unlike any other woman I know. Y'all tongue it can bring life or it can bring death. It can y'all already know how to cut us. That is the bad part. That is truly the bad part, because y'all know y'all can edify us, lift us up, praise us, but then when y'all get mad about something that y'all don't like, y'all know how to cut us. And sometimes it's little tiny cuts here and there. And then we don't even know we bleeding out till it's too late. Jay said, I feel like if we do communicate, the goal is to get to the positive resolution. It should, you know what, cuz it should always be, what can I do to make your life better? What can you do to make my life better? Always, always, always. It should be solution based from both parties. What can we do to get to the solution? We understand what the problem is. How can we get to the solution? That's what we need to come together. Let's see. Why he shuts down is simple. I talk too much and ain't no other way to put it, but he knew this already. You talk too much, sis. You're not going to let your husband get in the words edgewise. Let me ask you this, because I saw this other video, and this says that if you cut him off while he's talking, that shows a lack of respect. Do you agree or disagree? If you consistently cut him off when he's talking and he's trying to communicate to you, it shows a lack of respect. And I think men internalize that. At least I know I do. I think that if we're having a conversation and you consistently cut me off, I feel disrespected. And my delivery. And you know what, sis, I got that bad too. I think my delivery, I've been told about my delivery too, can be a little bossy, can be a little, and I've heard that not just from my wife, but I've heard that from a couple of different females, just in general, not females that I'm dealing with. I've heard them say, you can come off a little arrogant or a little. So I've heard that. And I definitely try to watch my tone when I'm talking to my wife to make sure, because I do want her to hear me and I don't want to be interrupted. And I want to make sure that I'm communicating with her in a way that she can receive the message that I'm trying to give. So, Pretty Brown said, yeah, I agree. And I don't think it's intentional. I do that with everybody. It's something I'm working on. But if you know my family, we talk all over each other. And we do. You know what, sis, what I can say on both sides of my family, we loud. On my mama's side and on my daddy's side. Definitely on my mama's side, the whole family loud. Like, we just loud. But I think, and I get it. When you're in that kind of environment, we do talk over one another. But I think you owe it to your spouse, and your spouse owes it to you. When y'all having an intimate conversation about something that's important, that could potentially change the directory of your relationship, not whether or not y'all gonna be together or not, but could change the trajectory of your relationship, what direction y'all go in, what mood y'all gonna be in over the next couple of hours or the next couple of days. It is inherent for both of you to listen. It is listen. We got to listen to one another. Yeah, we loud as fuck too, sis, for real. My whole family on both sides. He said, don't blame my family. No, we loud, cuz we loud. We loud. Let's see. I get fired up. I have to remind myself, like, girls, this is your whole husband. I can only imagine, because I knew you when you were single, that attitude and that mouth of yours. I love you though. I love you to death though. Love you to death. Yeah, for sure. I totally get it. All right, so let's do some stuff from the game while we got everybody on here. Don't forget, nobody didn't follow the rules. Hashtag I'm outside, let's argue. Drop that into the chat window for me. Hashtag I'm outside, let's argue. Please share this information with anybody else that you know that likes to have these kind of conversations. You're more than welcome to come up here in the room. We also have a studio audience if you want to come up here. Or if you want to sit in a chair, you can also come in the virtual room. I can send you a link and you can come in the virtual room right now and be in the virtual room, and we can have a conversation where my people can see you. So let me know. Let's see. Pretty Brown say, I don't know why this man's still married to me. He know why he's still married to you, because he see past all that other BS, because you probably soft as charming in the inside. Okay. You want to come on the show? All right, sis, send me inbox me your email and I'll send you the link so you can come on the show. I'll send you a link so you can come in the studio virtually. All right. So let me read the question from the first for the game. Inbox me or text me your email and I'm gonna send you the link. And you can come into the virtual studio. All right, so here's the first question. According to Tommy on the show Martin, what does GTD stand for? According to Tommy on the show Martin, what does GTD stand for? What does GTD stand for? It stands for get the draws. All right, so the next question is, name that movie I gotta fight every night to prove my love. All right. Check your inbox, sis. I sent you the link and you can get in the show. Yep, cuz get the draws. Get the draws. That is what it stands for. And okay, so name the movie I gotta fight every night to prove my love. A, Cooley High. B, The Five Heartbeat. C, Think Like a Man. Or D, Why Did I Get Married? What's the answer? Name the movie that get the B. Yep, 5 heartbeats, cuz. All right, 5 heartbeats. All right, here's the next one. According to Nipsey Hussle, which of the following things did not occur the last time he checked? A, 2 chains on his neck. B, made a $250,000, no sweat. C, no smut on his rep. Or D, he's the street voice out west. Last time I checked. According to Nipsey Hussle, which of the following things did not occur the last time he checked? All right, we got our first guest in the virtual studio. We're going to bring her to the stage. My sis, my fam, Pretty Brown in the building. What up, sis? We can't see you, though. No, we can't. No, we can't see
my
you.
camera not on. Okay.
Oh, Lord. Come on now. I need you to get it together.
Wait. My camera won't stay on.
I need you to get it together over there.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, I got to fix this camera.
She having technical difficulties, y'all. It is A, 2 chains on his neck. A, 2 chains on his neck.
Wait, I got to figure this out.
Oh, Lord. All right, so here's the next one. She'll be back after the technical difficulties. Cuz if you want to come in the virtual studio, send me an email. I'll get you on here. All right, so here's the next one. On the show Insecure, what was the name of the nonprofit organization that Issa worked for? On the show Insecure, what was the name of the nonprofit organization that Issa worked for? A, the Red Cross. B, Helping Hands. C, Helping the Hood. Or D, We Got Y'all. What is the name of? I didn't really watch Insecure. The wife did, so I probably would have got this one wrong too. Anybody? Let's see. My little sis Pooh said, I can't speak for girls, but I do believe most women know how to communicate. All right. Yeah, I believe most women do know how to communicate, but whether they're effective or better communicators is the question. Are they better or effective communicators? Y'all can communicate all alone. And again, keep in mind, women, yeah, that's a show, cuz that is a show. Communication is a two-way street. So just because you can communicate and verbally express out your mouth, you also got to be able to receive that feedback, right? Yeah. So the answer is we got y'all. That is the answer. We got y'all. All right. Let's do one more from the game. All right. Answer the question. Let's end this debate. What are the correct lyrics in the song You by Lloyd? A, she's 5'2". B, she's fine too. C, hell, I don't know. I'm still confused. Or D, what is that song? All right, let's read it again. Let's end the debate. What are the correct lyrics in the song You by Lloyd? A, she's 5'2". B, she's fine too. C, hell, I don't know. I'm still confused. Or D, what is that song? Let's see. I know you got this, cuz. B is the correct answer. She is fine too. That is correct answer. All right, so let's go on and continue with this debate. Who is the better? Our women. Let's put the banner back up here. Are women the better communicators? I would just say that women communicate more often. I don't necessarily want to give them the title that they're better communicators. And again, we have to filter that through the lens that communication is a two-way street. So you just can't be the one speaking all the time. You got to be able to receive the feedback as well, right? I think as men, we generally tend to shut down, don't have these conversations that we desperately need to have, and then they end up blowing up 2 months later because we don't say what's on our mind. We don't say what's going on with us. And again, some of that has a lot to do with how society has dictated how men are supposed to function, how we're supposed to act. We don't express ourselves. We do too much talking, that's complaining. We're acting like broads. But I think some of that stuff flies, that conventional wisdom flies out the door because we're in a different time now. We have to communicate in order to have a healthy productive, constructive relationship, marriage, or whatever it is that you're in, both parties need to feel a space where they can communicate. And if that's not there, that's gonna cause a problem. All right, look like she got the technical difficulty. Hey, what up, sis? What's going on?
Nothing.
Hey, you all right? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to be seen.
Yeah. So, where's your husband? Let me talk to him.
He coming.
He coming. He coming. All right. But yeah, as I was saying, like, that's great. So you said that you feel that you are the better communicator, so you feel that you're the better communicator. And I think my question was to you, did you feel that you're the better communicator because your husband don't do a lot of talking?
That, and yes, he is now since he's been married to me. Before, he never talked. So okay. I thought that's what I was getting, but I think some of me has rubbed off on him. So now he does talk a lot.
Oh, he does. He talks a lot now.
Yeah, he talks a lot. But I think for me, I'm a communicator, not even just in my marriage. That's who I'm a communicator, true. Regardless of who it is.
You like to talk. I've been knowing that since I know you.
I do. I talk way too much. I'm fully aware of it. That's to love me. It's to know I got a big mouth. I do. Okay. I mean, but a lot of it is. Well, here's the thing. It comes from love. It comes from wanting you to understand. It comes out of respect for you, because if I don't respect you or I ain't feeling you, I ain't saying nothing to you. I ain't helping you with nothing.
Right.
Resolving no issues. I would just let it be.
Let it be.
I'm trying to communicate.
Right. And that's how I feel. Like, if I'm trying to talk to you, that means I care, because I know how to turn it off and look the other way. Like, seriously. Yeah. I know I discovered one time me and her wife got into a really heated argument, and she was like, leave it alone. Before we, she didn't say this, but I took it as, okay, before some things I said that we both can take back.
Yep.
But after all that, and I always try to do, whenever we have a really big heated argument, I always try to do, what's the lesson learned from that? Is it my speaker or your speaker? I think somebody's too loud. I always try to say, what is the lesson learned from that? And what I learned from that is that, okay, if she wants to take a minute to collect her thoughts and not continue the conversation, then I need to respect her enough to allow her to do that, because I'm like, we need to talk and finish this conversation. I was like, you know what? You're right. And the next time that happened, and because that could happen for me, maybe we do need to take a step back and let you marinate and do what you need to do to collect your thoughts, so that we can come, because we always come back to the table. And that's what be so crazy to me. We end up coming back to the table and talking to each other in a rational manner. Like, well,
you need that step away from it for a minute.
Yeah,
and I think that's something that maybe that we definitely could work on. Like, we getting heated. Let's step away. But see, when I'm trying to get my point across,
here we go.
I can't.
Women in their point. That need to be a show in and of itself. When they gotta get their point across.
I gotta tell you what I'm talking. See, for me, what people can't stand about me, when I'm talking to you, I gotta give you the backstory. I gotta tell you why I feel this way. Like, my daughter be like, "Oh my God, here we go." I got 3 or 4 stories before.
I gotta tell you what led up to this.
Yes. Yes.
Because it just didn't come out of nowhere. I didn't pull it out of my ass. We here for a reason.
I don't wake up like, what can I start some shit with about today? No, I don't want to do that. I want to be simple, but I think, like, with my husband, he play all day. Like, nothing serious, play all day. Sometimes I be like, let's will this playfulness in. I'm not that. And when I get mad, I'm mad for until I ain't mad no more.
Okay.
I don't care, gifts, apologies. I'm mad until I ain't mad no more.
Oh my God, you are hilarious.
That's and then my thing is, if you know I got a little attitude, I posted this not too long ago. If you know I got a little attitude problem, why you doing stuff? Like, stop. I got an attitude problem.
Why you poking the bear? Don't poke the bear.
I'm very mouthy. Very mouthy.
Absolutely. I agree. I think that as couples, we do have to and here's let me ask this to you. You've been married about as long as I have.
Yeah.
Do you, and this is I want to pose this question to all married couples. Is there such things as boundaries in a relationship?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Tell me, so is that one of the boundaries that you just mentioned, that when you're angry, leave me alone, let me Okay.
Oh, I overstep boundaries all the time.
Okay.
I do. And I said, like, look, bro, I'm really, really working on my, and see, we in the same situation. Like for me now with the grieving process with my mom.
Yeah.
I notice like, oh, I say anything.
Okay.
Like, because I feel like right now, just walk on, you don't supposed to walk on eggshells, but right now, you're gonna need to walk on some eggshells because I can't receive like anything that's gonna give me any anxiety or upset me. I can't receive any. I was already a monster before.
Yeah.
So I feel like now throughout the grieving process, because me and my mom was peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It wasn't on me and not her. So it's just difficult. So I know right now I'm way over the top with how.
Okay.
But that's why I be using this to like get me together.
You are a fool. A whole fool.
I have to do something. You know,
you are a whole fool. It is so good to see you. I'm so glad to see you. I'm glad you was able to come on. So, but let me play the video again while I got you on here, and we'll continue to break this down. And again, if you're just tuning in, hashtag I'm outside. Let's argue. Go ahead and drop that in the chat window.
A lot of women overestimate their ability to communicate, and I'm gonna tell you what I mean. A lot of women express themselves very well. Express themselves. They can sit there and run down to you everything that they feeling, everything that they don't like about what you're doing, everything that makes them feel away or makes them feel uncomfortable. But when it's time to receive the information, that's when the communication
one ear and out the other.
Shaky. You see what I'm saying?
Look,
So
you sipping your tea, your wine.
Know that walking in, and because we don't feel like arguing with y'all, because we don't want to see y'all cry. We don't want to see y'all do everything that y'all gonna do. When we run down what it is that your is not doing right, most men just shy away from the conversation. So I think that if women would live up to the communication standard that they set, then that would open the door for men to be way more communicative. But until then, you're gonna get men who shut down and keep things in.
So, sis, okay, you laughed at that part. Do you think you're able to disseminate the information, but do you think you're good at receiving it?
No, I know.
Okay,
I'm absolutely.
So you admit
not.
that. You admit that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then it's how you. To me too. See, and I don't know how to say this without sounding arrogant, but it's the truth. I'm a person that's very intelligent. Like I'm smart.
Yeah.
By far, nobody's gonna disagree with me on that. Like, damn, Tisha do know stuff that how the hell you know this? I don't know. I'm an intuitive, just period.
Okay.
So if you are not communicating with me to where what you saying don't make no sense, because you can say it in a way that it makes sense, but if it doesn't make any sense to me, I can't. It's the way it's how you present it to me. For me. Like,
and you know what? And I see there's some truth to that. I think that if you're trying to communicate, I think that if you're trying to communicate something to me in a way that and then I also have to say this, and I'll make sure I'm staying on track. Could it be that you're listening with certain filters? Meaning that if you're listening with filters, no matter what's being said, you're not going to hear it.
I think we both do that. I think that's a.
If you're listening with certain filters, because here's the thing, and when you start doing this, I done seen my wife do this when I'm talking, I done seen her do this. So you're just reminding me of her. But we've made a plan, and I think we go into it with the best intentions. I think more so me than her. But when I see her do this, I'll be talking, and then she'll do this, and then she got to cut me off. She got to get it in.
Yes.
And then that just frustrates me. And then things get escalated, and then we start yelling and screaming. I'm like, if we just let me say what I need to say, and you say, what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I'm guilty of that too. But I think I do a much better job allowing her to say what she needs to say without interrupting her. But I say all that to say, you said earlier, I just got to get it in. Here's the thing: whatever you got to say, and this is something I want my wife to be able to hear. Whatever you got to say. It's not going to allow me to finish what I need to say. It's not going to change that. You still can say what you need to say.
I'm going to forget, bro.
No, you ain't.
I'm going to forget because it be so good. I got to, and it be good. And if it's good, I be thinking like, if he hear me say this, he'll understand. He needs to hear me say this so he can understand.
Okay.
So I said for me, and it's petty. I said I'm gonna have to write. Like if I got something to say, it's so hard for me to shut up. It's hard for me to shut up. I ain't gonna. It is a task. I said I be clenching my ass cheeks because I have to say it. So I said. And I be having some good stuff. So I said, maybe if I write it down and come back to it, like, this is what I wanted to say. Because I don't mean to cut people off. I know it is rude. And it bothers a lot of people. It doesn't bother me to be cut off because I'm going to talk over you. We just going to have an open, because that's how we communicate in my family. So I'm used to us and I can hear what everybody's saying. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. Okay, you saying that. Are you honestly telling me that if me and you having a conversation and I'm study trying to get my point and you study trying to get my point out, how can you effectively listen to what I gotta say if you're talking?
I'm probably not trying to effectively listen. I'm trying to get my point across.
Therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. Because you're too busy trying. Okay, so have you ever heard the saying, listen to understand and not to respond? Okay, so you get it. You just be that.
I'm horrible at it. I'm working. It is something that has been an issue for me. I think since if you go back to my neighbors when I was first born, I have been this same Tahisha since birth. Like,
okay.
My biggest issue with everybody, like she don't shut her mouth. I'm gonna kill her. She don't shut her mouth. I just gotta say it. Like I have. It's one of the biggest things for me too, and I do think I be right all the time. I feel like of course I'm right. I'm not wrong. Like of course, and then you have my husband when he come, he will tell you. I would say out of 10 times, 8.5, maybe 9%. I'm right.
Okay, my cousin, he said at this point you just listen, cuz. Okay, so cuz, all right, so since you on here, we gonna talk to you gonna help me talk to the audience. You said at this point you just listen, cuz. So let me ask you, cuz, if we continue to do that, what message do you think you're sending to your woman? Just what my sis just said. In fact, this is my real cousin. I call her sis because she a sister from another mother. You know what I'm saying? Another father, whatever. But this is my sis. We go back way back, cuz. But when you say that to me, you promote this exact narrative that my sister just mentioned. They think they're always right. If we don't say nothing, and when you say basically dumb it down, cuz, what do you mean? And then let's see, he goes on to say, yeah, you just got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. That is true. Listen twice as much as you talk, for real. Yes. Right, exactly. Those are words to live by. What's up, Kelly? Oh Lord, here we go. Most of what we are right though. No, y'all ain't always right.
Not always, but bro, like the majority of the time, because here's the thing. Like remember when you laughed when I said I'm coming to you with my data and my research and everything. Yeah. I'm not coming to you. I don't talk about stuff I don't know about. Now, okay. I might talk a lot, but I'm not sitting up here just randomly. Some people just be talking. If I'm talking, you might want to listen because you're gonna get something from that. Okay. From me. I am not just running.
You coming with the receipts.
Listen, if I come to you, I ain't just Googled, I didn't went to this, I didn't figured it out. And I'm yeah, but it'd be like, oh no, you was wrong. I'm not just coming to you about anything. Now, personal stuff with me and him, yeah, that's just stuff I like, stuff, things I want. But those real conversations, I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass if I want to talk to you, because everything don't require a damn conversation.
That is true. That is true. That is absolutely true. And that is words for anybody who is married and for a short period of time. Everything don't require a conversation. It don't. Let's see. Kelly said, most of the time we are ready. We know the right answer. We saw it with our own eyes, whatever.
Most of the time we already know, because women are blessed with something that men don't realize they don't have. Y'all don't have intuition y'all don't have that. It's something that
we don't have it the way y'all have it, but we do have it.
Not to the
degree that y'all have it. I agree there. We don't have it to the nth degree that y'all have it, but we do have tuition because we can smell Cause just being in our own circle, we can smell BS if another nigga BSing us, or if a broad is running game on us. If you've been in the street, you know what I'm saying? We know, but we not. And here's the one thing, and this is kind of off subject. I always said this about women. Y'all gaydar is amazing. Like, y'all know, men, we don't. I be like, you should be like, he gay. I'm like, really? How you know that? Y'all, I'm like, y'all gaydar is off the charts though.
Yep, I agree. I know it a mile away because I'm still on the search for my good Judy. I am looking for me one. I want good Judy, and I ain't found the good Judy that I need because I feel like every woman needs a good gay best friend. Like, just make life better.
You are a fool. I'm gonna have to get you to come on the show more often. You a whole fool.
And I don't know what. Oh, I do know what he's doing. Okay, give him a minute. But yeah, I just feel like. And see, my husband, he's shy to some degree, but with me, I bring out that part of him that being around me, your energy gonna get bigger. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even the quietest people, like, don't go around to you. She about to, oh Lord, now she about to talk to me. Don't nobody husbands want me around their wives, none of that. Her, she go, your mouth gonna get smart, you gonna get that.
Oh man, let's see what cuz say. Okay. So how do you respond to the time y'all wrong? What happens then? Okay, question, lady. So what happens when you are wrong? Okay, so look, last week we did a show where the guy said women would rather lie than admit that they're wrong.
Well, here's my response. Usually if I'm wrong, okay, whatever. Whatever.
Do you know how dismissive that sounds? She's about okay, whatever.
I'm gonna dismiss it like, okay, whatever. You no, or I'll do this. Oh, you were right one time out of a million. Like, that's what I'm gonna be sarcastic. I'm gonna be an asshole about it. Period.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh, you see, Kelly said on a few occasions that I am incorrect, I'll admit it. Okay. Jay, yeah, they funny cuz I'm telling you, they a whole different breed, these black women. She talking about whatever, bro.
Whatever. Good for you. About time you was right about something.
See what I'm saying? That is not you love this man. You gotta lay next to him every night, and that's how you treat him. You can't give him the win.
Listen, everybody know one thing about Tahisha. I adore my husband. I take great care of that man. I love my husband.
I know you do.
I talk crazy about or to him, but I'm a ball. I'm fire. We both. And he knows that. Seriously, this is what you get, but you get the other side too. You get all the other good stuff. I can't be great at everything. I'm great at so many things, but this communication stuff.
You are a fool. I promise you. All right, y'all. So let's read some more from the game. You are a whole fool. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to get you to come on the show more often. Okay, here we go. On the show Insecure, who was tasered at Coachella? A, Issa, B, Molly, C, Tiffany, or D, Kelly? Did you watch the show Insecure?
Taser. It wasn't Issa. Was it Issa? Was it Kelly?
It was Kelly is the correct answer. Kelly is the correct answer. All right. I'll send it to you in the mail. So you got to send me, email me, and send me a mail, and I'll mail you something. Never watched the show. All right. So here's the next question. What's the common mathematic practice when buying food stamps? A, dollar for dollar. B, 50 cents on a dollar. C, 75 cents on a dollar. Or D, I ain't ever bought food stamps.
50 cents.
50 cents on a dollar. You already know how I go down in the hood.
Somebody got some right now.
Right. Hey, let's put that out there. I need some for sure.
I can't
I'm paying.
Can't buy no eggs.
Got to put them on layaway. Which popular rap artist's real name is Navitas Wilborn? A, Young Thug. B, Future. C, 6 Slack. Or D, Gucci Man?
It ain't Gucci. I think it's the first one.
Nope.
Oh, see, I don't know too much about rap. Hit me with some R&B.
It is. Let me see if my cousin goes. Yep, it's Future. Oh, Kelly got it. All right, what's up, Kelly B? Kelly B in the building. It's Future. All right, so here's the next one. Whether you like them or not, your mama or granny made you eat these 2 things on New Year's Day. A, mac and cheese. B, black eyed peas and greens. C, ribs and beans. Or D, chips and dip. If anybody get this wrong, turn in your fucking black card.
B.
Beans. That's right. Black eyed peas and greens, baby. Yes. You already know how it go down. Did you hear? Okay, y'all help me out here. What are some superstitions you learn at New Year? One of the ones I heard, which was weird to me, that a man has to be the first person to cross your threshold.
Yep.
Okay. What any other ones?
That was like the main one. Just like the eating of the food, you had to have something green. You had to have pork. You had to have certain things for Thanksgiving for your luck.
Mm-hmm.
The man coming in the door.
For New Year's, what are the New Year's superstitions? I just know the main one that this was crazy to me was that you have to a man has to be the first one to cross your threshold.
Mm-hmm. That's the only
brings luck. Let's see. Kelly says, "Yep, with some money in his pocket."
And they always better have some money in their pocket.
No washing dishes, no washing clothes. Putting lettuce in your pocket. Yeah, you know what? And one of the things was a superstition we do at our house as well. No washing clothes on New Year's. No doing none of that. Like my wife would make sure everything is clean. So no wash machine, no washing dishes. None of that stuff is already done going into the New Year. So nothing have to be done. Yep. Boy, black folks, we know we have our superstitions, don't we? All right. What state is the show P-Valley set in? A, Mississippi. B, Georgia. C, Texas. Or D, Florida?
Chucalissa in Mississippi. Everybody know that.
That was before the New Year. Yep. That is correct. So I want to before we close, I'm gonna play next week's topic so y'all have it, and then y'all let me know what y'all think about that, and we'll talk about this one next week.
She wasn't so immature. What your husband is doing is something called stonewalling. Why does my husband shut down every time I try to address issues with him? I wish he wasn't so immature. What your husband is doing is something called stonewalling, which doesn't really speak to quote unquote his level of maturity, but rather his inability to cope with marital conflict, which a lot of men struggle with. When you address an issue with your husband, you might be coming from a place of criticism, meaning that you're using words such as always or you never. You're attacking your partner's character versus their behavior. So your husband starts to feel flooded and he shuts down as a way to protect himself against the perceived attack or to try to preserve your relationship because he doesn't want the conflict to escalate. But while he's trying to preserve your relationship, he's missing out on that connection that you're deeply searching for in that moment. All you want to feel is heard and seen, but you feel rejected by him shutting down. And you probably get louder trying to pull back his attention, but it just causes him to withdraw even more.
Ooh, did that hit a nerve with you?
Damn, I feel seen as hell. Oh, I feel so seen.
That is going to be next week's topic, everybody, but definitely it'll be out there in the ether so you guys can comment on it. Sis, I would love to have you back anytime. You're more than welcome. Please come back. I enjoyed you, for you are hilarious.
Yeah,
let's see, Kelly. What he is doing is trying to get fucked up, but not listening or having conversation about the issues. Okay. Dang, Kelly. Just tell us how you really feel. No, but but I'll go back to. I do want to say this though. All BS aside, we're here, even though this is for S&Q shits and giggles here on Let's Argue. The main thing is there are going to be conversations that we're going to have until the day we die. I don't even think Jesus is going to solve these conversations that between men and women. But as long as you're trying to actively communicate with your partner, they're trying to actively communicate with you, that you're doing what you can to make sure not only that you are heard, but they are also heard. We'll work it out. All the other stuff, we'll work it out in between. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I said, we definitely need one another. We got to support one another. And
communicating is the hardest thing I think we ever do in a marriage because we're two different people. We have two different views. Women and men, we are just their husbands.
What up, bro?
You all right? That?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Good to see you, fam.
See you too, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
you can go ahead and push her out the way now and tell us the truth. Just go ahead and move her on out the way.
Yeah, for all the rest, I already know it's gonna be a different story because
You can go ahead and move her on out the way and tell us the truth now.
I was just being honest. I said I talk too much and I don't let you talk. I talk over you. I'm rude. I overstep.
Let me tell you something, man. She's always right. So I can't go wrong with what you just said.
She always right?
Yeah, she is.
You heard him. Something I'm doing working.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to leave it. We're going to close it out right there. Peace, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for everybody tuning in. Don't forget to share the information, like the channel. I'll see y'all next time. Deuces.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, says see, baby. Man, that was another great episode of Let's Argue. I had a great time. My sis popped in and did her thing. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. With that, we are going to end it. And this is a clip from next week's episode.
Why does my husband shut down every time I try to address issues with him? I wish he wasn't so immature. What your husband is doing is something called stonewalling, which doesn't really speak to quote unquote his level of maturity, but rather his inability to cope with marital conflict, which a lot of men struggle with. When you address an issue with your husband, you might be coming from a place of criticism, meaning that you're using words such as always or you never. You're attacking your partner's character versus their behavior. So your husband starts to feel flooded and he shuts down as a way to protect himself against the perceived attack or to try to preserve your relationship because he doesn't want the conflict to escalate. But while he's trying to preserve your relationship, he's missing out on that connection that you're deeply searching for in that moment. All you want to feel is heard and seen, but you feel rejected by him shutting down. And you probably get louder trying to pull back his attention, but it just causes him to withdraw even more.
All right, so that is next week's episode. I will see y'all next week. And Kelly ain't know I'm where Jerry at. I know he don't. You ain't gonna let him ignore you. I know y'all gonna just keep yapping like a little gnat. Anyway, I'm done. I'm out, y'all. Holla. Peace.